Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. It's by Hay House. I don't know of the website. I'm pretty sure there's one out there though. But if you search out this information, you should be able to find it fairly easily. Supportive oracle cards are Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. There is a website here, rockpoolpublishing.com.au. It's down there, down here. I'll get it close enough so you can actually search it out. Just pause the video, write it down, and do what you want to do if you decide you want to, of course. What do we have for Gemini? Okay. I'm not sure what way this is going just yet. Okay. There's bartering going here. Bartering. There's some type of bartering going on here. Alright. So, starting off with the situation. The situation itself is not on the level. What do we mean by that? Like, I feel it's almost like showing up at a grocery store, and it's kind of like, you know, when they put, you know, like fast food over where the meat is, or they put like cookies over near where the vegetables are. It's kind of like, it's just something is like, wait, what? Like, it's almost like, are you trying to make people come over here to find the cookies and then choose the vegetables? Or are you trying to be like, well, you want vegetables, but you like cookies too, so get some cookies? Like, it's kind of like, I feel like something's not on the level. It's kind of like, you know, why are we doing something here? Something isn't right. I keep getting this, like, it's like, I get a grocery store, and it's kind of like, you know, we're putting things in the wrong area just to see if it will work. You know what I mean? Like, you know, putting health food over with the desserts. It's kind of like you got both choices here. Like, which do you really want? Maybe get both. It seems weird like that to me. Like, something isn't quite right. You're just looking at it like, shouldn't all the desserts be together? Shouldn't all the health food be together? Shouldn't all the meats stay with the meats? Shouldn't all the vegetables stay with the vegetables? Because then when you want something, you just go where all that is and you find what you're looking for. It shouldn't be kind of like dispersed around the store. It just kind of reminds me of, like, you know, they're trying to drag you around the store to see if they can get you interested in other things and increase their sales. That's quite elaborate, I guess. Maybe not. But that's kind of what I'm seeing going on here. It's like we have some tactics going on where we're trying to maybe subliminally or very quietly change people's minds, or just trying to get more out of a situation, just kind of trying to lure people in. This is the situation itself. It's something like that. This is something with the Gemini energy that should be easily seen. Like, you're not fooled by that. You're not fooled by that. We're just gonna leave it at that. Like, you see that. That's not a mystery. But the Seven of Voices with the Princess and the Ten of Voices is the Ten of Swords. See, it's not working. Whatever these little tactics are, they're not working. But again, you see right through it. So, this is not like that's not new information really, but this is basically just honing it in what we're dealing with. What I do see with you is the Blooming, Beauty, and the Chariot. However this happened, whyever this is the way it is, you're realizing instead of helping, it's actually not working. Because I feel like you're not the only person seeing it. And you're just kind of like, this isn't good. This is actually like annoying people. People don't want to hunt all over the stupid grocery store for the vegetable they want. They don't, like, people who are looking for health food don't want to go over to the desserts because they're trying to avoid the desserts. Like, this is annoying people. This isn't working. And you see it for what it is. You're like, no, people don't like this. No, this is not having the intended outcome. This is not working. And you're kind of like, all right, we need to take this and actually turn this around. You know, we need to fix this. This needs to be fixed. I feel like that's where you're starting with. I definitely think you have ideas, but I don't feel it's segregated to like this or that. You have ideas about how to make that right. And there's a change coming into the environment. The muses are kings, but this deck, I feel like it's an all-female deck, which is great. I just feel like it's trying to point out, like, you don't have to be dependent on gender for the strength. It's just like it's all gender inclusive. That's how I view it. It's basically saying, you know, because I view the king and queen as equals, just to be fair. I don't know. I just feel like, just in case you're confused with it, that's what this is. The change has to happen. But the thing is with the talking in the environment, there's negative talk around this. There's negative talk around this, and I'm trying to push forward to the next level. Whether it's for it or against it, it's still negative. So whatever if we're looking at the grocery store again, whether it's saying that's good, we want to keep it, or it's not good, we need to get rid of it, it's coming forward in a very negative energy is what I'm getting. So it's kind of like, if they want to change it, they're like pointing out all the bad things, and like, I think we've been duped, people are trying to control us, people are trying to make us buy things we don't want, people are using our own emotions against us, blah, 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 blah. But if it's trying to, keep it, it's kind of like, no, this is our thing, we get to do what we want, people can't tell us what we do, there's nothing wrong with doing this, people are just simple and foolish. There's a negative connotation. I keep getting that with that. This King of Swords is kind of what I'm feeling. I'm getting a negative connotation with it. And I'm getting kind of like, you really are looking at this like, this isn't working. Whatever the energy is around it, you're like, it's not working. You've already made up your mind. You just realize it has to change. You're just like, it's not working. This is not working, whatever it is. But you're very careful and you're very patient. With this it's the Five of Cups, but it has a very cold, obviously a cold feeling to it. You have ideas. It's not time to bring forward those ideas. There's a lot of negativity going on right here, right now, but you're like, I have something good, and you have the need. The situation needs to move forward. It does need to change, and you have that need as well, but you're like, it's just not the opportune time. It's kind of like, I'm not going to go out there and plant a tree or plant a garden when it's downpouring. Like, it's not my best idea. This isn't the best time to do that. I have to wait for the weather to get a little better so I can implement what I want. If I try to go out there and plant things while it's raining, my seeds might get washed away as it is. Or, it's just going to be a big mess. It doesn't have to be that much of a challenge. It's just like, it's a greater challenge to do that. It's kind of like, I don't think that's the best time to come in. So you're holding your ideas. You were definitely holding your ideas. But you're reacting to what you're seeing. You're like, no, there's too much negativity right now. Even if I successfully get these plants in the ground, I don't know if they're going to take hold, because it might have washed away too much of the nutrients. It might have actually washed away my seeds. It might have damaged the roots of the things that had roots already. No, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to wait. We're moving forward. We're trying to move forward to the next level here. This is not bad. It's just this moment I feel like is very challenging, because you have a lot of ideas and a lot of things you want to do, and you're just like, I can't right now. I just can't. And I can't seem to, like, it's kind of like if you're looking out at the field, I can't go out there and assess it while it's raining, because it's not a good idea. I need things to dry so I can, have a good look at things without the rain in the way and like freezing my butt off and all the other stuff. I have to wait. I don't want to, but I have to wait, because I can't even progress forward with new information, because it's like I can't even gather new information. I have to wait for this to settle down so I can get out there and see what else I can find out. I don't like that. I'm feeling like that's what I really don't like even more. Like, I can't even gain more reliable information. I can guess, I can try, but it's not quite where I want it to be, and I need something reliable I can stand on so that I can actually build from it and see how many literal reality possibilities I have that I could actually create. Alright, so there's something coming in here. The current shifts dramatically. And I feel like it's like the energy is turning around very dramatically. You got the Ten of Cups with the growth. Somewhere in this situation, and I see this coming in the environment first, the current is changing. It's kind of like, the rain is stopping, the clouds are starting to part, and it's kind of like, it's been raining for 2 hours, and now all of a sudden it's really starting to change, and it's kind of like, it might dry up pretty quick, and you're like, it's kind of like I'm looking like, is it really going to get better that fast? Ten of Cups in the growth. Ten of Cups is a great card. I'm getting there's a good social connection. I think other people have kind of like squelched the negativity. Kind of like, listen, nothing's improving with all this negativity. I understand we need to make points. We need to talk about certain aspects. Agreed. But like, you know, looking at it in the most negative light is not helping this grow. We have to kind of turn this energy around. I feel like it's other people around you turning this around, which I feel like you'd be very supportive of, because it's like it works better for you that way anyway. This is coming in. King of Fire, which is the Muse of Fire. Muse of Inspiration. Same thing. And then the Two of Swords. And I feel like, again, this is all gender inclusive. It's not dependent on gender. And I'd say one of the reasons I like this deck, because I feel like it reminds people, don't get caught up in a gender. It's just talking about the energy, you know, what's being used here, what's being implemented here. Because there's a block that somebody's trying to lift. And the first step in lifting this block is to address the negativity and kind of like calm it down. Yes, we know what happened. Yes, we know there could be some negative connotations to that. Connotations. But we've addressed that. Let's stop dwelling on it. Let's now dwell on what we can do to change this, and not just dwell on that, but actually make good on it and move it forward. That king energy there. That's a very strong energy. And I love that there's a female on this card, because I feel like they're saying it's not this book. Even if it was a male, like if it was the king you were seeing here, it's not dependent on a male energy. It's just somebody saying, "Listen, we're going to move this in a different direction," and they're literally moving it in the direction it needs to go in. They are addressing things too, though. I do feel that with this, because it's like we have to stop the negativity. That's the Two of Swords. They are addressing things. I do feel like they are addressing things. Now, when this is coming in, you're still waiting. I feel you're still waiting, especially with the Peace and the Page of Swords. Page of Voices is Swords, air. Either way, it's air. You're thinking about what I need to do with this. But you're also kind of like, I want to see what other people think of. I want to see what other people bring forward. I feel like that's what you want. Like, I want to see what other people bring forward. Maybe that's something I'm going to like and I can add to. Maybe, you know, when I see what they bring forward, maybe I can give them some other ideas, and maybe I can kind of sway them where I think we should go with it. You're very careful. Like, it's not a lot of communication. It's more waiting. I want to see what other people say, and then if I feel necessary, I'll add my 2 cents, or maybe I'll just see what they're thinking. I'll be like, maybe that's a good idea. Still absorbing, still calculating what's best here, what's not good here. Is this the time for me to really move forward? Should I even move forward? I don't feel like an active energy moving forward, and I think this is what this whole reading is about. You could stand back and not say anything. But if you don't say anything, I just feel like I'm getting in a car and I don't know the driver, and I'm like, I hope it works out. That's kind of how I feel. I feel like I'm getting into an Uber and somebody else paid for it, and I don't know where the destination is. You know what I mean? It's like somebody paid for their Uber to take me somewhere, and I don't speak the same language as the driver, so they can't even tell me. And I'm just getting in the car, and I'm just like, well, I hope it works out. I hope it's the right car. I hope wherever they're having me sent to, it's good. It makes me very uncomfortable. You're in, like, it could go anywhere. Like, not for nothing, what if you got in the wrong Uber and you just don't know? It feels like that. Especially if you don't speak the same language as the driver, which, you know, no matter what country you're in, you can always end up in an Uber where somebody speaks a different language, right? Or there's a language barrier that you can't cross. You can't make, you know what I mean? I know Gemini has a lot of ways to cross that, but if they're concentrating on driving in heavy traffic, you're probably not going to get a lot of reliable information. You can talk. You can reserve your right to do that, of course, and not talk. And they're saying, though, if you don't communicate at this point, the wheel is just going to spin and you get what you get. I would like to say that Gemini would prefer to have a say in where they're going. I would kind of like, if I'm going to do that Uber explanation, if somebody's going to pay for the Uber, I'd be like, well, who who is it, and where are you having me sent to? What's the car going to look? I would want more information. If you speak up, you will get this information. You also have the right to not get in the Uber, obviously. But that's like you communicating, finding out where it's going, deciding if you want to go there, and like saying, well, okay, so you say maybe you're talking to a sibling, and they're like, I'll pay for this, but I'm not going to take you all the way across town. I'll have you sent to, I'll have them take you to the bus station so you can come home. And you're kind of like, well, that's not what I'm looking for, so I'm not going to get in that Uber. It's going to take me farther away from where I need to be. Versus kind of like talking it out, saying, you know what, I will come home, but I need to do this stop first. Once I get this done, I will willingly come home. So you can either help me and help me get where I need to go, then I'll go to the bus station and I'll use that same Uber, or I just can't use your services and I'll walk it on my own and I'll figure it out, and who knows when I get home. You can negotiate. You have the power to make things go more the way you need to. You could really miss out on some good opportunities. The wheel is just waiting here. It's completely elective, I know that you talk, but they're saying you're going to have to balance it out with the Six of Pentacles. There's definitely going to have to be some barter and trade, bartering, definitely, give and take, but they're like, if you at least communicate, you can get at least some of what you want. I just don't like the idea of like leaving it up to a crapshoot, like hope it works in, hope it works out. It's kind of like throwing some money up in the air. I feel like there's a joke about this. Throw the money up in the air, what's in the circle is yours, what's out the circle is not, and it could all end up outside the circle very easily. I don't know why it seems like there's some type of joke from that, but I don't know. I think I heard it when I was very young, so I don't even, probably was a bad joke, now I'm thinking of it. Yeah. You gotta speak. You gotta speak, or you're like, I feel like you want to. I feel like they're just highlighting this. Because it's going to be one of those situations, like, I don't know if I really want to get involved with this. It's going to be kind of like, is it worth the headache? They're saying it's better for you if you communicate. The outcome is better. At least you get some of what you want. The Six of Pentacles would argue at least half of what you want. If you don't say anything, though, there's a good chance you're going to get nothing of what you want. So they're saying it's up to you, but they're saying communicate. It's worth it. This is a situation, I think this is the point of this reading, too, where this can go at least halfway your way. Who knows? Some of you might get lucky, and you might link into somebody who sees things more the way that you do, and it could go a lot more your way than half. Who knows? But at least half is what I'm feeling with that Six of Pentacles. At least halfway your way. Are we good? Okay. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's james4astral@gmail.com. I've also put in the information below that for tips. A couple of people have said they'd like not to really get a reading, but like to have an option to send them small tips. So that's down there. If you'd like to, thank you. If you don't, still cool. Thank you for watching. Either way, have a good day.